In my last video, I told you about my time with both iPad Pros and why I chose one over the other. In case you missed that one, I'm gonna link it down below. In this one, I'm gonna break down which one you should choose and a couple of my favorite accessories for both. So if you're ready, let's get this thing going. Which size iPad Pro is best for you? Side note, there are a lot more iPad choices out there other than just the Pros. And if you want a video on which iPad you should get among all of the variety that Apple has, then let me know down in the comments and make sure to subscribe and I'll be sure to make that video. But for now, this is exclusively to the iPad Pros. What size iPad Pro should you get? 11-inch or 12.9 inch? Well, I'm here to help you find out. When I decided to go ahead and buy my 11-inch iPad Pro back in the day, I knew deep down in my heart that I wanted the 12.9 inch. My impatience to save up more money got the best of me, and I went ahead and bought the 11-inch instead. So simply put, if you feel deep down that you will want one over the other, go with your gut. Wait a little bit longer to save up more money and get the one that you know you really, really want. I did the exact same thing with my iPhone XR. I bought that instead of saving up for the iPhone XS Max, and I always regretted it from the moment I got the phone. So that's why when I got my 12 Pro Max, I made sure I saved up enough money to get the 12 Pro Max rather than the 12 or even the 12 Pro, because I wanted the Max. So again, if you feel like in your gut you prefer the bigger screen over the portability and vice versa, go with that. Another question to ask yourself when choosing which iPad to get, from my experience with both sizes, is if you're going to use your iPad more in landscape mode or portrait mode. Now don't get me wrong, both iPads work great for both positions, but in my experience, the 11-inch is much better for portrait, while the 12.9 inch is much better for landscape. Portrait mode is for writing with your Apple Pencil and jotting down notes for school, just for a quick grab to check on something and putting it away, while landscape mode is more laptop style. It's more for work. That's why most laptops are in landscape position. Along those same lines, I saw in another YouTube video, which I'll link down below, that the 11-inch iPad Pro is better for play, while the 12.9 inch is better for work. So what do you think you'll use your iPad Pro for? If you think you're gonna buy a keyboard and trackpad case accessory for your iPad Pro, I would definitely go for the larger size. But if you had that accessory, but you think you'd never use it, then probably go for the 11-inch. Like with everything, there are exceptions. My wife now has my 11-inch iPad Pro with the Logitech Folio Touch keyboard case, and she loves it. But she also has the 6.1-inch iPhone 12, and before that she had the 6.1-inch iPhone XR, and she loves both of those. She loves the smaller size screen rather than the obnoxiously large ones that I like. Her 11-inch is a very portable computer replacement for her, and when she needs the trackpad and keyboard, she uses it and she loves it, but most of the time she'll use it just for play and such, like Clash of Clans and Pinterest and all that. Now, which year iPad Pro should you go for? Personally, I have the 2018 iPad Pro, and it's been working great for me. There are only a few differences between the 2020 model and the 2018 model, which I have. The biggest difference is the freaking camera. Who uses the camera on their iPad? If you do, please let me know down in the comments. More power to you. You have a lot more patience than I do. The 2020 iPad Pro camera is a typical wide angle and has an ultra wide along with a LiDAR scanner on it for AR stuff. But I have all of that on my phone, so I don't really need any of that on my iPad. There's also a bit more RAM on the 2020 model, but not enough, again, to make a difference. Same thing with the processor in it. The new one has a bit newer processor in it, as well as better microphones. At least that's how Apple put it. But again, nothing to create a huge difference. Now, price. The biggest difference between these two iPads, the 11-inch, the 12.9 inch, the 2018-2020 model, is the price. When the 2020 model came out about a year ago, the price of both 2018 models went down a good bit. So it was much cheaper to get the 2018 model, which was a fantastic deal, or Fanta Stick, which was a callback to my last video. If you haven't seen it, make sure you go check it out. So for example, my 12.9 inch iPad Pro from 2018, which is Wi-Fi and cellular, 256 gigs. I got it on eBay in almost brand new condition, still in the box, with the protective wrapping alongside it, with the Magic Keyboard in the same great condition I got for $980. With tax and shipping, it was only $1,077. The same thing for the 2020 model from Apple would be at $1,250 for the iPad alone and $350 for the keyboard case, and that's not including tax. So that's at $1,077 for the 2018 off of eBay in amazing condition, or $1,732 including tax and free shipping from Apple. That's crazy difference. If you check eBay for the iPad, you can get the 2018 model for around $650 and the 2020 model of the same specs for about $850, $900. This is the 12.9 inch that I'm talking about. So even though that's much cheaper on eBay than Apple, you'll still save $200 going for the 2018 model. And the keyboard on eBay is only $250 rather than $350 from Apple. So that's also a good difference. And the Magic Keyboard works great. It's the exact same on the 2018 model and the 2020 model. There's no difference, they're interchangeable. Now, I know some of you like to get everything new and not from Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist, eBay, and all that. And I definitely get it. I've been screwed over too many times on Facebook Marketplace, so personally, I don't use that anymore. I just use eBay. But I get that a lot of you just want to buy everything brand spanking new straight from Apple. And if that's the case, just make sure you get what you need. Don't get the highest spec iPad Pro if you don't need it. Get the lower 64 gig model with Wi-Fi and save yourself a few bucks. But if you need the higher specs, just make sure you know that you'll be spending a good bit more money and it'll be brand new. But as Rene Ritchie, another respected YouTuber, likes to say, get it, enjoy it, and don't regret it. All in all, the 3 versions of the iPad Pro I mentioned are all a great product. But the best value for your money, I'd say, is the 2018 model. But with the 2021 model now on the horizon and the 2020 model might go down in price, it'll make the 2018 model go down in price, making an even better deal. So it is your choice, but personally, I'm in love with my 2018 12.9 inch iPad Pro with the Magic Keyboard. It works so much nicer, the screen size is bigger. 2020 model just doesn't have enough new features on it for me to upgrade generations. So yeah, straight from Apple. The accessories for the 11-inch iPad Pro and the 12.9-inch 2018-2020 model are all interchangeable. Like the camera module for the 2020 model is a lot bigger. So if you put a 2020 case on a 2018 iPad Pro, there'll be a little bit more room around the camera module, but that's it. It'll still fit. My Apple Pencil that I use on my 11-inch works exactly the same on my 12.9-inch. You can also get the Magic Keyboard case on both size iPad Pros, but there's a $50 difference on the bigger one, which will be $350 versus $300 for the 11-inch. Same thing with the other various cases that Apple sells. The only thing for the 11-inch that I've seen that there's not for the 12.9-inch is the Logitech Folio Touch keyboard case that I got from Apple. I used that on my 11-inch for a while, and the keyboard and trackpad are almost as good as Apple's own Magic Keyboard, but not quite there. But honestly, the best part of this keyboard was the massive price difference. For the 11-inch, the Magic Keyboard is $300 plus tax. The Logitech Folio Touch is only $160, so that's why I got it. The biggest downside to it, though, is the little kickstand in the back, making it hard to stand up. It relies on that to stand up, or else it'll just kind of be flappy, which you don't like flappy things, right? That kind of makes it not very lappable, I guess, as MKBHD put it. And it needs more room on your desk to stand up because of the kickstand and all of that. But I will make a more deep dive video on that product a little bit later on, so make sure you subscribe to see that. Thank you so much for watching my video. This has been a 2-part series of which iPad Pro you should get, what size, what year, and a couple accessories. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, make sure you check it out. Like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this one. Check out my Patreon, link below. This is shot on my phone, and I'll see you in the next one.